Nah, I've been 11 years in, and I wouldn't change this shit for the world. I wouldn't. This shit's so much fun. It's depressing as fuck, but it's a lot of fun times. I've built up a lot of good relationships with a lot of famous comedians and opportunities that I got from doing this. You could dream about, and I'm still broke, but I got these memories. They keep me rich mentally.
Look, hell of an intro. I tell you what you info, but I never really been the type of dude to give no info.
The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by the host and the guest of this podcast episode are for entertainment purposes only. It's not serious. It's not real. Literally, none of it. So just have fun and enjoy.
And make her nervous.
This is exactly how we're going to start it. We're not going to clip anything of this out. I got a text from Courtney earlier.
Oh, Ronnie.
Yeah, our guest is gonna. He's coming a little spicy today, so we switched the plans up quite a bit, and I will say, just have fun and let's enjoy the moment. Sometimes we could be serious and make sure that we all have the community and everyone is making sure they're growing themselves in X, Y, and Z. But today, I don't think we're gonna do that, guys. So let's get ready to rock and roll
today.
There you go. This is one for the history books, I think. We'll see how this turns out.
Yeah, this gonna be
I wish I had a plan for you guys, but I don't. I think the plan is, I guess I would say I think Courtney actually planned this for me, so I'm actually
to throw you off,
intrigued to see
how we can.
Yeah, I think so.
Just improv, see if we can do it.
I think it was an entire plan for you. Yeah.
No, I think you're gonna handle this probably much better than I will. And we're just gonna see how this goes. But yep, it's a lot different for me too, as you know. I'm such a planner. I love to have things, ready. I have my notes. Today I was just like, there's no prepping for this. There's no prepping for what this is gonna be, what the conversation looks like.
Buckle up for the motherfucking ride.
See? So, it's nothing.
But yeah.
Welcome to Walk and Grow.
Courtney, if you don't mind, I know that you have somebody strange sitting next to you, at least strange to me, and maybe to most of our audience or listeners. So who is this individual? And share a little bit about who this person is. Good, bad, ugly. I mean, let's have fun today. That's what we're gonna do today, right?
No, strange is definitely a good word. That's definitely a good word. So this is gonna be ridiculous. So yeah, this is definitely the first time I've recorded with somebody in person. So I'm already just gonna be completely off my
you nervous. You got
recording game.
Yeah, you got your little tics and everything going on right now.
It's not polite to speak over each other. But anyway, this is Marcus. He can share his other names with you or what he is also known as later. But as I've mentioned before, we have a lot of guests on here who are multi-talented, we can say that, and have lots of different interests and lots of different expertise and things like that. And this is definitely somebody who fits that description as well. So like we said, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a different type of episode, but it'd be, I think you should go into some of those things as well. Some of your, hobbies, passions, like I said, areas of expertise, and just see where that goes. But yeah, and it's a brief introduction today because I'd like you to do most of it, if that's okay. It's very interesting and unique, so I think you should share most of it.
Hey, man, all I heard was another Caucasian putting a black man to work. All right, listen, man, I'm Fudge.
Oh my God, man! We are 3 minutes into this one, and I did not expect that one. No. Courtney, you did this, Courtney. I'll just tell you this.
Oh, it's out of love.
Oh my God.
It's all out of love. All right, listen.
I don't even have anything to say.
You ain't never had no rebuttal for me. I'm Marcus. Everyone just call me Fudge, BigFudge. The reason why they call me BigFudge, I'm 6'11", and my nickname is Fudge because it's a part of my last name. My last name is Fudgens. So people say Fugins, Fuggins. I got fuckins in the pediatrician's office. My mom was like, let it go, baby. So in short, just to make everybody feel welcome, it's just Fudge. Okay. play basketball. I do stand up. I've been doing stand up for about 10 years. We've been playing pro basketball since 2017. 2016, I graduated. I ended up snapping my leg in half playing in the Drew. So, yeah, you got ups and downs. But I graduated college to become a relationship and sexual therapist. I got my BS in psych, my BS in communications, and my minor in convergent media. And yeah, that's a little bit it right now.
I'm probably going to have to slow some of that down and take it back a little bit. But like I said,
I feel like, you know what? I ain't going to say that. I ain't going to get y'all canceled.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, anytime.
So 6'11". You're currently playing
Yep, I
basketball.
just got back from China.
So you're overseas doing that gig. How long does that typically work out? Go for you?
It depends on the contract. It depends on what you're going for. I went for about 2.5 months in China. I'm not the biggest fan of China, but you know the basketball culture is second to none.
You gotta know China's a dictatorship. Be careful what you say.
I said what I said. Like, listen, everybody can have an opinion about something, right? So I'm not the hugest fan of China because I don't agree with the food that they have over there. They be eating like duck tongue and all types of stuff. Yeah. They was like, eat.
You have never ate any of that?
Brother, when do we eat duck tongue?
I don't.
Brother, when do we eat duck?
I had a friend actually. I tried duck before. You never tried duck?
One time, it was salty as hell.
Yeah, I didn't have a salty one. I actually had a chewy one. I don't like chewy food like that, so I didn't really.
They was like eat. They had on the chopsticks. It looked like teriyaki squid. I was like, oh, is that squid? Like, no. I said, what is that? It's like eat delicacy. I said, no. I'm not going to put that in my mouth. You know, pretend what it is. He said, just eat. I said, no. Try your best English. Duck tongue. I said, you can definitely kiss my ass. I'm not eating that. No, I'm not doing that.
Okay, so like when you're overseas, it's a contract. You're only there for 2 months. I'm sure the season's still going.
So
right?
What I do is I like to go to China during the summer for wild ball. What wild ball is a glorified rich man's basketball. But it's some of the best basketball you will ever see. We play outside. We play indoor. You can make so much out there. It's a blessing, truthfully. Like if you're an athlete and struggling and you play basketball and you're good enough to play in China and you have to have a visa, there's a lot of people that get held up who don't have visas. But it's great money. It's great money.
And that's something that only happens in China. It's called. Say it again one more time. Wild ball. Interesting. I've never heard that before.
Yeah. Huh. That's fun.
So you got basketball. You mentioned you went to school, and are you currently? I don't remember exactly what you said. What role that was?
I went to school. I graduated college. I got 2.5 degrees. I got my BS in psych, my BS in communications, and a minor in convergent media. My field of study was relationship and sexual therapy.
Gotcha. So are you doing any of those? Anything? Damn. Why hell no? What
Because
happened
I'm young
there?
enough to still be able to do what I do now. You know what I'm saying? So it's a contingency plan.
What is it that you do?
Basketball and comedy.
Comedy. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
How's that world looking like for you?
The world of comedy is very depressing. Okay, that's what I'm gonna start off with. Any comedian will tell you will go through so much motherfucking depression and mood swings and stuff like that because we're always consistently making people smile and laugh. But who helps us? You feel me? So like I said, laughter is the best medicine. Well, shit, we heard. Who the fuck helping us? And today's culture is always so canceling. So now it's like, we got to watch what we say. We got to really, really watch what we say because everybody's so opinionated and they feelings about stuff. And we be saying like, yo, shut the fuck up. Please. Let me do my job. I don't tell you how to flip burgers. I don't tell you how to process somebody's credit card payment for their loans. And I don't tell nobody to do none of that. I don't tell you how to shake your ass on a pole. I don't tell you how to do none of that. I do my job. You do your job. Plain and simple.
So you find that to be difficult?
It's always difficult. You know, like it's like white people. They gotta watch what they say when they listen to music. They can't say the N-word. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Is that what it's like?
Yeah. Yeah, because we say like the hard R-E.
I know, I
Yeah.
understand the reference.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just saying,
I
I don't
didn't-
know if that's a direct comparison, but
Maybe not direct, but close enough. Close enough.
yeah. That makes sense, though.
What's one?
Just in
Go ahead,
terms
sorry.
of, I mean, I feel like content that people bring up, and a lot of, I mean, not that I'm speaking to a lot of like comics or comedians or anything like that, but a lot, you can tell a lot of the content is from certain places. And you know, I mean, you know me, Ronnie, like the feely person, the one, like we talk about empathy all the time, right, and connecting to people and yada yada, yeah. But I just think, I mean, there's a time and place. And I think going into, I've been to a couple of his shows and I've been to other comedy shows, and you go into a show knowing you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to be said. And I know for me, like one of the shows I was at for you, as people know now, we've talked about this, like my background's in domestic violence, and one of the funniest jokes that I heard was domestic violence related. And it's not fun, like it's not funny, but it's funny, you know what I mean? And you have to be able to say, like, I have direct, you know, relationship to that and experience with it, but you have to be able to go in with an open mind, and you have to be able to go in and say, like, this is what they do and they do it for a reason, and some people need this release, and you need to be able to kind of turn that off in your brain. And you can be a feely person, and you can be an empathetic and connecting person and care about people and concepts and society and whatever, and still go in and say, this is funny. They're doing it because it's funny. I think personally, and we don't have to go into this, or we can, personally, I feel like there are lines but that's just me. Like there are things I personally do not want to hear about. That's not.
Like what?
I mean, we can go there.
I'm gonna put you on the spot. You did it.
That's fine. And we've talked a little bit about it. It came up in Reggie's episode, some of my experiences. This isn't necessarily a fun topic, but I'm happy to open up about it. But I don't love, like, there's just things about certain, I mean, we can go into like, I'm just going to say for me. I know. I was just going to say for other people's experiences, but I'm just going to say for me, like, I don't want to hear about rape jokes. I don't want to hear about things like that. Like, just in terms of, and it's just going to be my personal experience, you know, with, like I said, the domestic violence. If it was phrased a different way, maybe if it was put a different way, I would have been like, fuck this guy. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't have liked it, but the way it was phrased, the way it was, you know, delivered, I thought it was funny. And, so just things that I think you can go into what's personal to you, and maybe hit some of your insecurities, and you have to kind of dig within yourself and be like, why do I hate this joke? Why do I now hate this comedian? Like, what is it within me that is really frustrating me right now? But there are some things that I'm just like, yeah, that's not cool to me. So we're just going to pass on that. But
how you just gonna pass on it after all that talking?
Just pass on the comedian. Like, I wouldn't want to see
I
that
thought you were
person
pass on the
anymore.
subject. I was like, what?
No, I just wouldn't want to see any more of that, like, content or that person anymore after that. But
Well, I mean, the realities of life is what you can't change.
mm-hmm.
You can't change what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get to shaking down.
I'm not.
You can't change what happens already in life. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
The shit fucking sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But it happens. Only thing you can do now is learn how to heal from what happens.
Mm-hmm. I'm a therapist too, remember?
Yeah, I know. Sometimes you need a little therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, give a little bit of reality check. You feel me? Oh, fuck that guy. I don't want to hear it.
I said I need to look within myself and, like, process within myself and understand why it's frustrating. And I think the other people, like you said, people are like, you know, cancel culture and
bitches.
Cancel culture and whatever it is that they, you know, don't want to. Go ahead.
Mental bitches.
Okay. Well, they don't.
Woo! So I'm gonna stop you right there, and I'm gonna step in there because I agree to a certain extent. Not everybody's built like you, all right? And I could be very hard, like just like you, Marcus. And the only reason why I'm stepping in is because I get reality checks myself. I don't know who checks you.
Everybody, my mom and my daddy. You feel me?
Okay. So you have somebody to check you with reality. So I will
I'm
say,
30 years old. My mom said, hey, watch who you talking to. I mean, hey, I'm bad, mom. You a gangster, you got it.
So I'll step in and say, yeah, I see what you're saying in terms of when you mentioned, like, you know, just a bunch of bitches in the world, but it's like at the same time, not everybody went through or experienced or even had the sort of mental gratitude that you have or the mental toughness that you have. So, yeah, to a certain extent, I see what you're saying, but at the same time, do you see the other side?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. How old are you?
I'm 28.
All right, so you grew up. Damn, I'm the oldest nigga in here.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Yeah.
Listen here, you young bastards.
Oh, bro, you got 2 years on me, man. You better chill out.
That's 2 years of ass whooping you didn't get yet. No.
You don't know how many ass whoopings I got.
It ain't
So
more
you
than
don't
me.
know.
My mom and
You
daddy
don't
whooped
know.
my ass so bad, I got in trouble at school. My mama was whooping my ass. The keys started jingling at the door. My mom and daddy went through the doorway, and they both high-fived, and my daddy whooped my ass. And it was a tag team ass whooping. It was a handicap match. It whooped my ass all up and down that room. But I grew up in T-ball, where it's a motherfucker who didn't make it in the MLB want to fire that sucker in there at 96 miles an hour, and we get hit and he put some dirt on it, suck it up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. But there's stuff when we were kids that should have toughened us up for the harsh realities of life. I'm sorry you didn't get that. Now you got to go through the bullshit later on as an adult.
And you think comedians kind of get the worst end of the stick because all you guys are trying to do essentially is make people laugh, and your jokes can come off very, I guess sometimes offensive.
We give off our input. We give off our opinion about things. And people, I get it. Not everybody likes opinions, but everybody got an asshole and they just about the same. You feel what I'm saying? So at that point, it's like, if you come into a comedy show and you know the basis of the comedy show, shut the fuck up and listen. Enjoy yourself.
But you don't know the basis of it.
If you're going to do a comedy show,
you may know kind of.
I'm talking about
going to
a comedy show.
You're there.
You're going there for jokes. Understand that everything is all jokes. There's a good part of it where we're not for real. Sometimes stuff can be fabricated and made to the point where it draws out a laughter in a certain type of people. If you're not that certain type of person, hey, then that joke wasn't for you. Let's move on to the next. Let's find a joke that's better for you, suitable for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like when comedians go out and bomb. Sometimes it isn't. Sometimes I see comedians with fire jokes, written well, delivered properly, but that type of crowd isn't. It isn't for that joke. All right, cool. Now you take that joke and put it with somebody else, and you figure out what you can put in your time and the time limit that you have. But you can't be mad at everybody. That's like you having a girl that you like, but she has an opinion about you, and she want to like somebody else. All right, cool. You got an opinion. Fuck you too, bitch. That's like this one. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm playing. I'm joking. Chill out. I thought she was about to smack me with that water.
You guys keep going back and forth. Go ahead. I'll just be over here.
If she does slap you, ain't not much you can do.
All right. She's gonna get a smooth shoulder. It's gonna be rugby in this bitch.
Do you play rugby too?
No.
I tried.
No.
She. Do you have any rugby jokes?
Do you have any rugby jokes?
It's the same as football without pads. You nasty motherfuckers just get to grab each other a little closer.
No, you just came up with that.
Yep, off the top of my head.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's not like football. But otherwise, it was pretty good.
Tell me what the difference is. No pads.
If you listen to
no pads. No
episode
necks.
80.
No pads.
Four.
No necks.
Don't even say the number. I don't
listen to episode 84
number.
and you'll know. I'm thinking it's 84.
Y'all got no pads, no necks, and a couple of different rules.
We have the gameplay is completely different.
Yeah, you guys consistently run like basketball.
Okay, so it's more like basketball.
Football's just a little bit slower.
Just tackle people.
Whoa,
it's like It's actually closer to basketball, except you tackle people and it's on grass.
Yeah, see, y'all got that. You can do that all day.
Football's
what?
They just need a bunch of breaks and I push someone for 9 seconds. Someone come out and bring me water.
I don't give a shit about football. I got family in the NFL, but I'm basketball. I'm the black sheep of the family.
We went off a little bit. That's okay. Anyway,
how'd you get into comedy?
Okay, so
this should be a joke in itself, right?
Honestly, it's a little fucked up. It's a little fucked up. Okay, I'm gonna start way back. every year of high school, I went to a different year for one reason or another. Um, Going from my junior year to my senior year, I ended up having to go to a different school. Junior year, I found out my head coach was throwing away my college letters and told me I didn't deserve them. The seniors deserved it more than I did. Um, I went to a rage. I was ready to fight this man, this grown ass man. Mind you, I'm already 6'9" as a junior in high school, but I'm ready to fight a grown man because he just told me everything I worked for in my entire life was nothing. You gonna look me in my face and tell me that? Not to mention he was palm colored, so it really kind of set me up for some anger. Uh, but I ended up wanting to fight him. I ended up getting suspended for the last week, and they told me that I couldn't come back. So technically, I was expelled. So now it's either I go to continuation school or I have to move out of the district somewhere else. So I ended up getting a phone call after playing AAU from a school called Western Prep, actually out here in Phoenix, Arizona. That school ended up getting tore down because the owners of the school was caught with embezzlement, but that's neither here nor there. But at the end of my senior year, before that, my grades were shitty. My grades were so bad, but I busted my ass just to be able to play. And I made the decision my senior year, like, you know what? I'm going to buckle down. I'm going to get this started. I'm going to do my schoolwork. I graduated with 3.3, 3.2, something like that.
This is senior year of college, right?
High school.
Or high school? High school. So, okay.
High school. So then I graduated. Now I got offers. I got a lot of offers. But then I play AAU.
To play basketball.
I played AAU one last year because I'm still eligible because I'm still technically in my senior year. My head coach, my AAU team, gets a phone call. They said, "Yo, Fudge, I got to talk to you right quick." I said, "What's up?" He said, "The NCAA just called." And he said, I'm sorry to tell you, they took away your school's entire senior year. So now I got to make a choice. Everything I busted my ass for, flushed down the drain. They said our prep school team, because it was a prep school. I was on a high school team. We had just won our 2A championship, and the prep school team, and they said the prep school was cheating with grades and stuff. So they punished the entire school. And
Wow.
It was either I go back to school for a senior year and be a super senior, or sit the year out. I'm 18 years old. The fuck I'm gonna go back to high school for? I talked to a girl who's under 18. I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. If I end up fighting somebody in that school who's under 18,
Yeah.
I'm going to jail. So now I got a choice to make. So I choose to sit out the year. Man, I wish I did, and I wish I didn't at the same time sit that year out. Because I ended up getting a job doing construction. I took classes at the local community college. And I was so miserable. I went to a huge depression. And I mean a huge depression. I was a flagger in construction. Motherfucker, I got hit by a car twice. People don't pay attention to the lights. They pay attention to the lights and not the sign. Smacked twice. I was like, oh, fuck this. I can't do no 9-to-5s. So I ended up getting a call from Coach Jace. He was the head coach of McCormick out here in Arizona, who had always loved watching me play. And he was the assistant coach over at Howard College in Texas. And I ended up going there for my senior year, and then head coach left there. And anyways, every year I ended up going to a different school. All right.
How did you manage to do all this moving in the midst of all of this? Like, I mean, you must have some great parents for them to just be willing to just jump up and say, "All right, we gotta do what we gotta do."
My parents stayed. I moved.
Okay.
They provided a house.
So-
Westwind provided a housing because there was kids from across the globe. It was a prep school. I lived off of 9th and Dunlap over by Sunny Slope High School, then 21st and Northern over by the Metro Mall. They provided housing. So I moved. I would say I left my family when I was 17.
Oh, so 17, pretty much on your own, trying to find yourself with basketball. Got punched a couple of times. What's next?
Next was my sophomore year at San Bernardino Valley College. I was one of the top 100 players in the nation. So
I never heard your name.
it's all good. It's all good, big dog. Hey, listen.
Hey,
Give,
man, I'm not a comedian, but I could be one.
give me the money, not the fame.
That's fair.
Give me the scholarship. Fuck the fame. So now, now I'm going to take my visits. I went to Detroit Mercy for my first visit, which was a shit show. That was a fucking shit show. But then I went to Morehead State for my next visit in Kentucky, which I ended up choosing now. But on my way back from Morehead State, I ended up running into Carlos Mencia, Rivers Dunlap, and Cisco Duran. And those are the three comedians I ended up running into at the airport. And we sitting there waiting because our flight got delayed. It was a late night red eye. And we chopping it up. And as I'm talking to them, they're kind of like telling me how it is to be a comedian and putting it in my head, like inadvertently. And so we get on the plane. I fall asleep on the plane immediately. I'm tired as shit. We sat on the plane for an hour, apparently. And Cisco wakes me up. I said, yo, did we land? He said, yeah, motherfucker, we here. I get out. I get all my shit. I'm like, come on, Dad, let's go. Let's get home. My dad said, what are you talking about? We still here. I said, what you mean? And Cisco said, you gonna be fun. You gonna be fun to fuck with. So
y'all never took off.
Yeah, never. Didn't even take off. But we just kept chopping it up the whole night until it was time to leave. And all three of them became kind of like my mentors. And it was like maybe half a year later, and I'm calling Rivers Dunlap. I said, hey, I want to be a comedian. I need all three of y'all to mentor me. And it's been like that since then. So most of my mentoring came from Rivers and Cisco, not so much as Carlos. But every time Carlos is in town, I always, pull up to do shows with him. So there's a big shout out to all three of them.
What year was it that you would say that you started the whole comedian gig? Career, I should say.
My very first show was 2013, 14.
Oh wow, almost 10 years in the game.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, December will be 10 years in. I'm sorry, December this year will be 11 years in. December.
Now you deserve a clap for that one. So keep going. I mean, this is my motivation. Most people can't do 10 years in anything.
I didn't clap.
This non-clapping motherfucker. Should messing with a
clapped
hearing
at your
shit.
show.
Nervous.
I clapped at your show.
That was in the
Clapped at you
past.
before.
That was in the past. We're talking about the present.
I'm proud of you.
Oh, he does some shit.
I'm proud of you.
Half-ass proud of you. Anyways. Nah, I've been 11 years in, and I wouldn't change this shit for the world. I wouldn't. This shit's so much fun. It's depressing as fuck, but it's a lot of fun times. I built up a lot of good relationships with a lot of famous comedians and opportunities that I got from doing this. You could dream about. And I'm still broke, but I got these memories. They keep me rich mentally. I'm so tired of being black on this camera.
Yeah.
I'm black as shit. God, I'm crude oil black.
There we go.
Keep that.
Both of us did not move.
Yeah, I'm still like this.
Good luck.
Hey, listen,
I give it 5 minutes.
I was a freeze tag champ, baby. I was out. Hide and go seek at night. Couldn't find me for shit. Me and my black ass.
He's actually talking about I forgot what Incredible 4?
Fantastic Four.
Freeze? Fantastic Four. There you go.
Fantastic
Thank
Four.
you. Freeze, there you go.
My motherfucking suit. I'm invisible.
I can't believe you.
Hey. Don't make me move. Don't make me move. This is the lightest I'm going to get during this whole show.
Okay, so I have 2 questions that came up. One question I already had, and it might be a stupid question, but I don't know the answer, so I want to ask anyway.
I moved.
Yeah. What is the difference? I don't know, it sounds stupid, but what's the difference between a comic and a comedian? Or is there one?
comedians have different opinions about this one.
Okay. Than comics do, or just in general?
Let me explain it so you understand. So, a comic is someone still that is still new to the game.
Okay.
Right? They don't say you're a vet unless you're about 10 years in the game.
Okay.
But you have to actually have done some shit, been with some people, been on some good stages. Mm-hmm. So after you've done all that, then you've graduated to become a comedian. Okay. See, a comic can just say whatever and try and get a couple chuckles, but a comedian.
So Ronnie's like a comic.
Yeah, Ronnie would be a comic, an aspiring comic.
There you go.
Ronnie, have you done like stand up before or no?
I'm far from a comedian, bro. I promise you. I'm not trying to be one. So it's just, if anything, what I just mentioned, that joke, I could be a comedian too. It was just more me, literally.
This is a comic. Right? This is his platform. This is his comedy platform.
I'm gonna tell you the number one fucking question that comedians hate out of anything in the goddamn world. When we tell people that we're a comedian or a comic or whatever you want to call it, tell me a fucking joke.
Tell me your best joke. What's your best joke?
Yes.
I want to hear your best joke.
My best joke? Bitch, you gotta pay for that.
I've been here.
I want to hear your worst one. I want to hear the one that got you kicked off stage. I want to hear the one that got you booed.
I've never been kicked off stage. I've never had booze. I had a show where I got a couple chuckles.
Cap.
No. Don't hear me out. Just listen. I've had it.
Everybody get booed off once.
No. I've never been booed off. I've had a show where I got hey, chill out, player. Hey, hold on, bro. Yeah, brother, you supposed to be on my side, nigga. What's wrong with you? Shit.
I'm trying to bring you back to reality. Remember what we talked about?
Reality. Check me, player. Yeah, you. Shit. Come on now. No, I had a show where I had a couple chuckles, but I was trying to figure out like these jokes is hidden. I know they do. So what the problem is? And I look up, and it's a Confederate flag. I was trying to figure out why I was the only black dude on this show.
Oh no!
But then when I saw that and I pointed it out, that's when the laughs came in. Because at that point I'm like, yeah, you motherfuckers is thinking like, when we get to play with them afterwards, y'all motherfuckers, and then they really start laughing at that shit. They were like, yeah, y'all motherfuckers upset. Like, when we gonna play Ring Around a Nigga right here? And then they busted up laughing.
Oh man! I'm glad that wasn't the show I was at.
So
no, you.
I know. I'm just saying.
They would have whooped your ass for being with me. They would have whooped your ass, boy.
So in that situation, I think that you just brought up a really good point because you read the room without knowledge of I should read my room to get the audience. It's something that stood out to you. So like when you're on stage, sometimes I'm assuming you have to think on the fly and just try to bring your audience, what helps you navigate and do certain stuff like that.
As a comedian, what you never want to do is be the first one. We call it laying on the bomb. Because at that point, you got to figure out the crowd. Now, you go second and third, fourth, prime time. At that point, you understand what works with the crowd and what doesn't. Now you get to change your jokes up. Now you get to really have some fun. Okay, this crowd, because if you talk to comedians, you'll ask like, hey, what goes on the green room? First two comics, we say, oh yeah, this crowd is stiff, or this crowd likes, gay jokes. This crowd likes fucking black jokes, white jokes, stuff like that. And that's how we determine what to say or what to do. But then when you get really seasoned, you develop jokes that's good for everybody. Jokes that you can use, and it doesn't matter where you are or who you performing in front of. Doesn't matter. These jokes are amazing, and nobody can stop them jokes. Like one of my favorite comedians is Nate Jackson. Nate Jackson. His improv, his crowd work is fucking impeccable. Because he doesn't even have to tell jokes. He can really just fuck with the crowd. It's like a master class in crowd work.
It's like I don't want to make a comparison, but like when you say that, it's like a master class. The first thing that comes to my mind, and just help me with understanding what you're exactly saying. Is it like 85 South Show, like how they go out and just mess with the crowd?
Yes. But I think, and there's no dig at 85 South. Them brothers is phenomenal.
They doing their thing,
phenomenal. But Nate Jackson, Boy, you want to talk about a genius in crowd work and versatility? Nate Jackson. Nate Jackson. His jokes are crazy. And the brother can sing. That brother can sing his ass off.
Is that who you look up to?
No. I looked up to Bernie Mac, Patrice O'Neal. Those are two that I looked up to. People like some of my favorite comedians are Nate Jackson, Corey Holcomb, Jay Phillips. Who else? I'm not much of a storyteller, but Kevin Hart, because Kevin Hart is a storyteller. He's an emphasizer and a storyteller. But it would probably be Earthquake after that.
There y'all go. Y'all got some names. I've never even heard of all of them. So I'm going to have to listen to this myself just to look to see who these individuals are and just kind of really get some light. See, why do you like them? Because if they can't make me laugh, then I don't know. But I trust your judgment. I'll trust your judgment. But now, Courtney, I know you do have another question. I don't want to steal your shine.
Good. Never. The only thing I was going to ask was, you talking about like 10 years, 11 years, whatever. And I know there's a lot that goes into it. Even just like being on stage, being in front of people is like a thing in itself. I was just going to ask, what do you think is the biggest like area of growth in that amount of time? I can imagine jokes develop, you know what I mean? Or change, or content changes. But I can imagine just as a personality and just like you and yourself, things change. What do you think the biggest growth would be in that time?
Stage present. Yeah. Because I used to be real like stand still and I would just talk. But I learned me moving around, giving out some like theatrics and visuals and stuff like that. That makes it so much more engaging. Plus asking questions with the crowd. A lot of people ask me like, hey, like, how do you get up on that stage and talk to everybody? And the only thing I tell them, the people like, oh, do you imagine people in their underwear? No, because I want to get horny. No. Imagine you talking to the homies. You're mostly yourself when you talk to your homies. You talk to a stranger, you sitting there like, all right, what can I say? What can't I say? Will this offend them? This and that. Man, fuck all that. I'm talking to the homies. We've known each other for some time. I made some still say. I got buddies 15 years. I know. I still say shit that shocks them. But I know we're gonna have a good time. We're going to have a good time. I promise you that. I talk to the homies every single night.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's cool. I was going to say another thing I was thinking. I don't even want to phrase it as a question because I feel like I know the answer. But just in terms of, I mean, you talk about like working with the crowd and like obviously crowd work and going back and forth with the crowd. But also, are there times where you feel like you can't let them impact you? Or like when you say, if you're not doing crowd work specifically and you just have a lineup of jokes, is it one of those things where it feels like you have to like, I can't let them impact me, like I got to do what I got to do regardless of their response? Or you know what I mean? Is it like a balance, or how does that work
So
out?
you never let a heckler throw you off your game. You can fuck with the heckler, you can have jokes with the heckler, but don't let them throw you off your game.
Yeah.
Have fun with the heckler. Go back and forth just a little bit, but not enough to ruin your show.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I think that's the question, is like, how much does a crowd impact you? Which of course they do, but at the same time, it's like you don't want them to run the show. So
me and my buddy Eric, he's also my roommate, Eric Bernal. We have this thing where we'll have fun with the crowd, and then if they're doing too much, we tell them, all right, shut the fuck up.
I remember that.
All right, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You talking too much. Like, I'm the one with the microphone. Shut the fuck up. Like, nobody paid to see you. Sit your ass down. You paid to see me. All right, be quiet. But we don't, no matter what's going on in our life, no matter what they got going on in their life, no matter how drunk they get, we push through. We push all the way through.
So you're telling me people literally would try to take your shine?
To throw us off. Then on the drive home, they were like, yeah, I got his ass. No, the fuck you did. You was a dummy.
I think I've seen that I saw that at one of the shows, and then I think it was, not to like minimize it, but they were definitely just drinking and just yelling whatever. And then I've seen it in clips. Like I follow, Crystal Leah and people like that on Instagram, and I just see people like just yelling things, and he's like, "What are you even saying?" Like just literally just trying to get attention, like bring the attention to them, and it's just
people want to be noticed.
Yeah.
If that's the case,
it's like social
media. If that's the case, go to a therapist.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah.
You said it though. I gotta know this because you got someone that's in the industry in itself right next to you, and you said there's no one. You guys give therapy, but as comedians give therapy because you're making people laugh, but like there's no one to give y'all therapy or give comedians. I'll say you just so I don't categorize anybody because I don't know anybody's life, right? But myself. So in those situations, how do you get that therapy that you may need? Not to bring it to therapy, but I think it's important for people to know, like, your mental needs to be there to be able to perform, right?
I'm a little different. I'm
gonna love this.
I know. I've never drank or smoked a day in my life, ever.
You never drank or smoked a day in your life. You never got peer pressure.
No. So what I do is,
you got some great people.
What I do is I go out and everybody comforts me because I people watch. I go out to the party cities and the party clubs, and I sit there with my little Sprite water or cranberry juice, and I just watch, and I get so much more content. Oh, it's so fucking hilarious. And especially me being tall, people always like, yo, if we get in a fight, I want you on my team. Or come on, walk with me and be my bodyguard. Or I wouldn't have to fight you. I'd have to shoot you. What? What?
Wow.
Oh,
Escalated.
But all of it is content. It makes me feel good going out to people watch and enjoy all the festivities. And some little girl with a freakum dress on and a whole lot of butt always want to dance, had that dress rise up to her friends like, no, bitch, pull it down. And it's so fucking funny. And I can never get enough of it.
Yeah. I never thought about that. You go out to get content. That literally, because I'm sure, myself, I'm pretty sure I could be in with some of your jokes back in my heydays. But too bad you can't see that anymore because those days are gone.
You're right.
But no, that actually pretty. I never thought about it. I do people watch, but I don't do it to the magnitude that you do it because you're looking for content. Who is it that I could go ahead and rip apart tomorrow night without them even knowing that I'm ripping?
Well, it's not just like ripping them apart. It's like taking like an example, right? So like,
okay,
like I see these chicks go out and they look real good, and then I'm seeing some stuff. I'm like, some of this shit don't look right. You feel me? Like, you got a face full of makeup on, but your neck not blended in with your face. Now it look like you got like a Scooby-Doo mask on. Or they got these motherfucking shoes where their pinky toes pop off the side like it's got an argument with the other 4 toes and shit. Like, I'm so sick of these bitches. And then you put like a divider up like when you was in school, like you about to take a test with that little strap over the top. And then they can't even walk on the motherfuckers when they drunk. The Autobots and the ankles just and they break down and shit. Now they try to catch themselves. Dudes are so shit-faced, they want to try to fight the biggest person in the club, biggest security guard in the club, or they get mad because a woman dissed them. Hell yeah, come on, give me all this content. Give me all of that. Make my job so much easier. Yeah. You see how she was putting her hand over here? She been in all the motherfucking situations.
I was actually thinking, I'm so glad I know he's not talking about me. I'm toes. Sure they're...
Little pinky told me like this, like, help me, I'm dying.
Help me.
Y'all let me outside.
I'm not even gonna be upset because I know he's not talking about me. But I'm sure there's things you could call me out for, but none of those things. So I'm not even gonna get upset. So anyway.
You know what? You're right. I'm not gonna put it on here though.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Yep.
If you want any of those dark secrets, you got to make sure to find Marcus on Instagram and make sure you follow him and find out when his next show is to make sure that you can tap into what he's got going on. Are you only in the Phoenix area?
I live in Gilbert, but I travel all over the U.S. Yeah.
Okay. So when's your next trip to North Carolina?
You in North Kakalaki? Oh man, I got people out there. Yeah, I gotta try to make a trip out there way sometime soon anyway. But if I can get a show out there, I'll definitely let you know.
Absolutely. Nah, I'll be out there and I'll bring all my players with me.
Man.
And then we go ahead and try.
Actually,
take
my
the
little
show
brother
away
went to
from
school
you.
out there. He went to Shaw.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
he went to
nice,
Shaw.
nice,
He was
nice.
only there for like a year,
Okay.
and then he came back. He played football there.
Yeah, Shaw's nothing special. So I'm glad he got out of
Yeah.
there.
We had to get him up out of there. He got to some shit over there, and I was ready to burn that whole motherfucking city
Oh.
down. You hear me?
Okay, see now that's a whole nother. Now you talk a whole nother thing. I'm not gonna advocate for that
one.
You on your own with that one.
I was Black Rambo in that bitch. You hear me? That's my little brother.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. But you have another show in California.
Yep, October 21st. October 21st. If you ever see That Fudging Comedy Show, my shows are always a great time. This time we have Ron G from Insecure and Cisco Duran.
Ron G. I saw him once.
Ron,
This was years
Ron
ago.
G, that's
though.
my dog.
I took a trip to Cali and I saw him there.
Yeah.
Wow, that's the thing. The world's. I'm surprised he's still in it. Not to.
He hosts he hosts Chocolate Sundays at the Laugh Factory, one of the biggest comedy shows in America. And then I got Cisco Duran and I got a couple other people as well on that show. So it's gonna be a good time. I'm excited. So we got 2 shows and it's a costume contest for $100 as well. So
it's called the Chocolate Factory.
So the show that he hosts is
it's called that.
Yeah, the Chocolate Sundays. I'm sorry, Chocolate Sundays at the Laugh Factory.
Sundays. Damn.
Yeah, Chocolate Factory is R. Kelly album. That's what you're thinking of.
No, I'm not thinking about R. Kelly or anything of that nature. I'll tell you that. That was a good one, though. Hey, I hope I just gave you content. I hope I just gave you content to run with.
I know, he's getting very excited.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Your eyes
not
are
on this platform.
He said, whoa, no.
Hold your horses, man. Don't do that.
Hey, chill out.
That's a good joke, though. That was a good one. I gotta give you that one. I'll give you that one.
No.
I don't have anything else, unless if you have something else, Courtney, that you want to go ahead and shine the light on. But I definitely didn't think the conversation was going to go the way it did today. I was definitely a lot more fearful. I'll tell you.
I reeled it in for you guys.
Yeah, I was gonna actually. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I reeled it in for you guys, just out of respect for Courtney and you. You feel me? I don't want your platform to be like, "Hey, you got a flag or want it." Nah, I'm not gonna do y'all like that. You feel me? Because this could have been so bad.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, buddy,
I know.
rolling like a big shot. This could have been real bad.
Yeah.
Trust me. That's why when I put that disclaimer in the beginning, because I didn't know what was ready. I didn't know what we were going to be in for. So, for those that are listening, you're probably like, what was the purpose of it? I just didn't know where this was going to go.
You never know. You really never know. No, that's all I was going to say is it was actually a lot more tame than I expected. So, yeah. You know, you never know with this guy. And that's okay. I mean, that's why I said, that's why I prefaced it. And like you said, we prefaced it the way we prefaced it, just because it could have been anything. But, yeah. And I feel like one thing that I notice, and this is just to kind of wrap it in with all of our episodes, is to me, it's kind of like I never really know where the conversation's going to go. And we have so many different people, right? We have so many different people doing so many different things. And it always does come back somehow without us really probing or asking or anything. It always does come back to that, self-development and the mental health piece and how important it is in every single one of our areas. So I appreciate that reality piece did come in, and just understanding that, I think it's really important to understand, it's fun and we wanted this to be a fun episode, and comedy is fun, and going out to shows and whatever, that's all a good time. But understanding everything it comes down to, and a bunch of our other past episodes, like these are people too, and these are people who have these experiences and who have a tough time, and regardless of, you know, what you're going out to do at these shows, like just understanding who these people are too, and yeah, just having respect and understanding the, and not that you have to do anything at the comedy shows, not that you have to necessarily act a certain way, but I just appreciate that we're able to have the conversation and that the reality piece came up for us today. So that's all.
Yeah, and I'm thankful as well, because it's like it's one of those things that people throw under the rug, and it's like, yo, it's part of life.
Exactly.
If you think you're gonna be a superhero from day one, good luck and God bless you, and let me know how that goes. And when you come back, make sure let me see how that cape looks, because it's never gonna look the same way you left. So I'm glad that, again, it's just everyone is going through something. You really never know what anyone's going through unless if you truly indeed have a conversation with them, because that's the only way you'll be able to figure that out. So even if you're thinking right now, you're listening to this, you're like, oh wow, Marcus actually has been through some shit. Yeah, well, there's a lot of people that have, and probably including you, whoever's listening to this at this point, and you are not alone. Which is why we have this platform, is to bring different people on, to hear different perspectives, to hear how did you navigate through those situations. Because somebody somewhere in this world is gonna hear that and say, oh damn, that is what I needed to hear to make it through my situation. So till next time, keep on applying those perspectives, education, growth, and collaboration, y'all.
Got it. Killed it.